Hi, this is Walter Schmidt, award-winning author on the book on superhero sales. And now we are here on the Walter Schmidt Show. And today I'm not alone, of course, as typically, but I do have a guest with me. It's a lady, a very special lady, a businesswoman. She's a singer, a speaker, a software engineer, and much more. And I want to warmly welcome, and it is my honor to have you on my show. Neni, tell us, who are you exactly? What are you doing? And what do you deliver?
Thank you so much, Walter, for inviting me to your show. Welcome, everybody. And so my name is Neni Carolina Chacin, and I am a life and business strategy coach. I help entrepreneurs and small businesses grow their online presence and their sales and their business online. And as well, I am a recording artist. I'm a singer for jazz and gospel music. And I've toured all around the world and won some awards for being a singer as well. But I am a software engineer by trade. I studied software engineering in Venezuela, where I was born, but actually I migrated to the United States when I was little, and I spent the last 6 years in Paris launching my online coaching business worldwide. And now I'm back with the pandemic in LA, doing business, creating deals. I'm also a property investor, so that's how we have a link, Walter and I, through our coach, who is an incredible coach for business and doing deals. So that's what I've been doing: coaching, singing, and doing deals.
Well, it sounds you're doing everything almost. I mean, that's incredible. You achieved so much success in this time, and you did so many different things. You change your places you live, you change your activities in the business. But obviously, whatever you touch turns sort of into gold. And this has to do with, I think, your personality at once, because you are a little bit different than all the others that I know personally. And that leads me also to the question, what is it and how do you do that, that you manage all this management of timing, management of energy? What is the secret that you have not only achieved, but keep staying on track with your success?
Well, believe it or not, is food and rest. That is the secret. So if you fuel yourself, if you fuel your brain, your spirit, your body, and your soul, and you rest all these aspects of your life, you take a rest mentally, you take a rest in your body, you take a rest in the spirit, then you have unlimited energy, unlimited time. Because when you are full, like fully nourished, fully capable, fully strong and clear and focused, then time really seems more productive and more efficient, and you seem to have too many hours in the day. Before, I remember I used to say, I need to have twins or triplets to really exhaust all my energy, because I have too much energy to spend at the end of the night. And if I wake up at 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m., and I go to bed around 10:30, 11. And with all that, I manage. Of course, I have a morning routine and a night routine that allows me to schedule, have a better planning for every day. And of course I have planning weekly, planning short term, long term, like monthly, 90 days, 1 year, 3 years. So if you really know what you want, you can have a better, if more efficient and easier way to manage your time and energy. But really, it can't happen unless you fuel yourself. So I really manage my feeding time, and I make sure I always have food that is proper for my body to feed my body and my brain. And I also feed my brain and my spirit. I meditate, I read, I grow. I took classes. This morning I was in a voice class at 7 a.m., for example. So it's always good, it's always needed to grow and to nourish your body and every part of yourself to be able to maintain that kind of lifestyle, and of course all the variety of things that I do.
Well, that's a lot to manage. And when you start that early the day and actually pretty much not too many hours to sleep, I said, obviously you don't need that. But is that a huge part of your programs, of your coaching, of your work that you deliver for your clients, or what is it that actually you do now most of the time?
Yes, well, it's not part of the what I deliver because I think everybody has their own rhythm. You see, this is the rhythm that is matching my energy, my body. Everybody has a different body. We're all built different. Even if you're in Europe, I'm in America. The food that you eat is very different than the food that I eat. So, in fact, you have better food over there, but better access to food over there. So I have to do different things to offset, for example, the food intake. If since I don't have the same, for example, when I was living in France, I could manage my food intake in a different way because there were fresh markets all the time. But here I have to do it in a different way. So when I coach my clients, I really have to adapt to their circumstance, their lifestyle, because and it is a 360-degree coaching because I try to make sure that I understand what is their life routine with their family, their friends, their partner in their house, their children, and how to manage that and fit
Mhm.
whatever goal they have into their life. And so that's part of my coaching, doing that 360-degree. Because health for me, if you don't have health, health is your wealth, right? If you don't have health and if you don't manage your your own body resource, then you cannot produce.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Well, we have mentioned before the coach that we both know and have, which is JT Fox, obviously. And you adapted also a lot of his knowledge, of his experiences. But now, in particular, your job, your entrepreneurship. I mean, you talk about singing, you talk about lifestyle strategies, you talk about um, internet, let's call it, or everything that has to do with technique as well in the internet part. So you have very diversified places that you move in, and it seems to be for many people very hard to understand how one can handle those absolutely controversially markets. And that requires also the ability to switch from one into the other. Now, what is the secret on you, if there is any secret on how to manage that part?
Well, there's one thread that really links everything. My purpose. I found my purpose very in 2000, really in 2004 when I survived tongue cancer, and that gave me a clarification in my life that I needed to live to the fullest, to not let any moment go to waste.
Mm.
That if I like to sing and I had that ability, that skill, I need to do it to the fullest. That if I am a software engineer and I love my work at the time in the corporate world, I needed to do it as in the time that I was allotted for it, the 9 to 5 job. But once I became a business coach, then I was doing automation for my clients with the same intensity because I just wanted to express every single talent that I had to the fullest because there's no time to waste. If you don't if you don't use your talents, you lose your talents and you waste your time in this life. And the my purpose really was to realize that I had to give all my talents to the whole world every second, every moment, to live my dreams and show people with my example that they can live their dreams, that they can put into practice every single skill, no matter how different they seem. If you like to draw and then you like to do stock trading and then you like to play football, where maybe there's a business that you can link all together and you be your own skills that you've developed, that your experience, whatever you're good at, that all makes it a unique business. For example, you're a policeman, you're a yacht sales business, and then also you are a sales coach. So all that together is very unique, and nobody has that skill but you. Nobody is exactly like you. And if you really link all those, the secret is if you link all your skills, live to the fullest, all of it, and believe that all these skills can be mixed together, then you will be very successful and very wealthy.
Wow, that was a long one and very valuable one. I think I learned a lot even just by listening to you, which is I appreciate very much that part as well, of course. Also, in your activity, I mean, you have a special gift that you can get, that you can share to people. And it sounds like it is not a matter of who your client is. It can be actually everybody. It's not limited to something, because as I hear out, it's actually really something that you deliver that everybody should have in his life. And that leads me to the question, how important do you believe for yourself, and also want to give away, how important is coaching for a lifestyle or for a business and for health as well?
Coaching for me is so important because it gives you, number one, accountability, community, and connection. Without coaching and without community and without connection that the coach gives you, it's really, it makes you know what, you can do things, but it'll take longer. It'll take longer. You'll be inefficient at it. And with the experience of a coach, and with the connection of another human being holding your hand every single time and actually trying to divert you to the right path whenever you veer off it, then you will be so efficient. You will be you will get to your goals faster and more efficient. We have this other coach, right? Like the Hugh Hilton always says, better, faster, more efficient. This is really what a coach delivers. And without the coach, you will not get there faster, better, and more efficient. And why do we want to get faster, better, and more efficient? We can say, oh, but it's okay, I have my whole life to get there, or I can just do it and take my time. Well, the sooner you are successful and the more efficient you are, you can affect more people for the better. So for me, it's really about the integration of your business and your professional life with the human life.
Mhm, mhm.
And we make a contribution to the world by being the best that we can be. And if we, with a coach, we can actually get there better, faster, more efficient, so that other people can get also to their purpose and to deliver what we're here to do, just to serve.
Absolutely. Totally agree as well here. Well, now for me, a lot of people, they talk about themselves, who they are, what they do, and what they deliver. And there are others as well that are in the same, let's say, in the same kind of market as you are. But what makes you specially, and what makes you unique that others don't deliver? Why should I pick you as my coach in this regard?
Well, the reason I am special for people is because they can feel that I understand them better than other people. I can see through their inner struggles beyond their business, because there are some physical limitations and challenges, there are some mental limitations, but I can see through everything. I can see through the business issues, I can see through their personality issues, I can see through the communication issues and their spiritual. Then I can really take all that and work out a solution that is exactly customized for them, that they will make them feel really whole and fulfilled. And that's really my strength, like to be able to I have a sense of knowing what's really going on beyond, deeper inside, that is blocking you from your success.
Is that something that you gathered while on your journey of your life, that you went through so many difficult situations, that you had challenges like a lot of people maybe not have had, but you succeeded? And so you find you a way on how to manage those problems, to get a solution, to come back to on the track of success, and also to pivot, whatever it is. Is it that part that you really also is unbelievable powerful source that you can give for your clients?
Well, I think there's three parts of it. One part is we are born with certain abilities, really innate. And sometimes we discover them and sometimes we don't. I know that since I was born with, the gift of word. So I know how to connect and communicate with people. They say, oh, you're a right brainer or you're a left brainer. So that's innate to us, right? So I'm definitely a right brainer. So I can talk, I can figure out, and you're a left brainer, right? So it's so I those one thing is the innate part, got me there. The second thing, yes, my experiences overcoming divorce, overcoming cancer, being an immigrant, moving to 4 or 5 different countries, being a female engineer, in a world dominated by men, a singer, being in all these different business areas that allow me to get experience and strength and confidence. And number three, learning from my coaches. Of course, learning from my coaches, because I definitely try to learn every day. I listen to the courses, I try to grow. So of course, learning techniques of what's out there. Every single day I'm trying to learn what's new in marketing, what's new in singing, what's the new thing, how do I grow, what's going on, like what's going on with the pandemic. Are they using Zoom? Why are they using Zoom? What are the tools for live streaming? All the different tools. I definitely have to learn and keep up with the information every single day. So those are the three components why I have that.
So the three pillars to success, sort of, that you actually deliver and use in your strategy, in your coachings. And well, as you know, I'm also pretty much in the yachting industry and luxury industry as such. Now, what I recognize is that people in this market of luxury, a lot of people think, well, they have everything, they must be happy, they must be fulfilled in their lives. But obviously they are not, because it's not about money all the time. Money is just like a tool to fulfill some things. Now, out of your perspective, what would be the big win for those kind of people who either way own a yacht or working with yachts? What would they get out of your coaching?
It's interesting that you posed that question, because I was just having a conversation before about luxury and having all the material wealth, all the success. I believe that with my coaching, you will learn how to have connection, human connection, because without the human connection, you can have the wealth and the success and everything. And if you're, well, the two things, right, there's a connection with ourselves, right, and the connection with other humans. So you can be, I think I've experienced that, here in the US, we have access to so much wealth and prosperity and material wealth. We really can build our wealth and have, a luxury lifestyle. But we feel a little bit isolated. The people are disconnected. They're not so social. Whereas in other parts of the world are more into, okay, let's have a yacht, but then let's invite other people to communicate. So I think my coaching helps people more having a lifestyle that connects that wealth, that prosperity with the humans around them, the community. What can you provide? How can you serve the community? How can having that beautiful lifestyle be of service to the ocean, to the community in the port, to the families and the friends that you have around? How can you do something like that? So I think that's what I could provide for them. It's a way to understand how to have connection with the community around you and yourself as well. Have a good happiness coming from inside and not directly connected with that wealth.
I think that's one of the most precious values that human beings can have, that which is time with other people spending together, because materialistic things we cannot take with us when it comes to the end, but what is in between. And it's really important that people that look at this interview or listen to this interview, that you realize how important a connection would be to Neni to really get your next level, not in terms only of wealth, but in terms of wealth about your health and also lifestyle and satisfaction. Because once you have reached a certain level of money, income, and products, whatever you have spending around, like a Ferrari or so, then it's the time, even before it should be, that you have the ability to realize, okay, what's important? How can you combine all this stuff together? And you seems to be just the perfect person, a female that really knows how to connect those points, how to combine all those different places to connect the dots, to call it in that way, because also as a software engineer, we can talk about dots. And it is a pretty important part in life that a lot of people miss out because they are chasing like the wealth in the hope that they become happy and that they find their purpose. Now, with your extensive experience that you have with all those different markets and life situations by yourself, which are the three most important topics that one should really look at?
So I think that for fulfillment, we all have, we sometimes we get older and we don't have health. And then sometimes we are younger and we have the health, but we don't have the time. So I think nourishing really your health and managing your time and productivity geared towards experiences. So how many experiences can you live in the current time with your current health? I think if you focus on the experience as opposed to the goal that you're going to have, let's say you want to have 3 yachts,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, okay, I want to have 3 yachts because I want to have one yacht here, one yacht there, and another yacht there, right? So if you think about in terms of experiences, then that will give you more fulfillment. It'll be a different way of looking at it. So, okay, what kind of experience can I have with that yacht? So then you build or design. Maybe you say you pick 3 different experiences. Okay, I'm going to have a special retreat myself just to read and relax and eat in the yacht, and it's just by yourself. And then you have another experience that you design. Why do I want a yacht? Because sometimes we don't ask the real why. And one of the techniques I use is have 5 times questioning the why.
Mm-hmm.
So ask 5 times, like, why do I want this? And then go deeper and deeper and deeper until you go why. And maybe you say, well, I want a yacht because I want to be by myself in a remote location with nature, with water around. Well, maybe you don't want a yacht. Maybe you just need to take a plane to Bora Bora and be in a hut. so then it just start answering questions for the real thing that you really want, and start finding out. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get the yacht or you're not going to buy whatever you want to buy, but if you think about the experience that you're going to have with that goal, then that's going to be more connected to your fulfillment and more connected to your success. Because if you're fulfilled, you're happy, you attract abundance, you attract contrast, you live a life, and then you're going to be more on purpose and fulfilled.
That makes absolutely sense. And it reminds me to a chapter in my book as well, which is called The Purpose Behind the Purpose. Because many people, they say, well, that's why I want this. But behind that purpose, that obvious purpose, there is a subconscious purpose. And in this perspective, it seems really like you are like a lottery win if it comes to have someone who can really help out whoever it is to reach that part, to go through that process, to find it anyway, and then to go further. So I appreciate very much your explanation about that, because I think that's a very important part which a lot of people just missing out. Maybe they don't know. I never heard about that. They are not aware of this. So this, for the listeners and viewers, a very important part. Have a look at this, go deep dive there. And that's why now I need to ask you, Neni, how can I reach you? I mean, where do I find you?
Well, thank you for that. And just to piggyback on that thing that you just said, and it's very important to not judge yourself, actually, to be kind to yourself. And even if you have um, a goal that you don't understand the deeper meaning, it's okay to have a one level, because sometimes we can reach to that deeper level once we reach there. So if I'm just an example, like an immigrant from Latin America that's never lived the American dream, they may not have the possibility of buying a property for themselves, and just that goal will give them so much satisfaction because they reach there. But then once they come here and they reach that level, then they will discover, oh, but you know what? There's more to this. I actually can do more, but they cannot think of that purpose behind the purpose until they reach the first purpose, because they didn't think that there was a possibility.
Mhm.
So that's also very important, to just be kind, and just, it's okay to reach that purpose, first if you want, and then, but from this conversation, know that there is more to it,
Yeah,
that there can be more to it. So that's just to piggyback on what you were saying, just I wanted to
awesome.
clarify. And yes, so to find me, of course, you can find me at Neni Chacin, Neni Chacin, NeniChacin on all my social media. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. And of course, my music is also on all the digital distributed music on iTunes, Pandora, Amazon Music, Google Play, all the different things. These are
All over the
all,
social media.
yeah. So I'm all over. You put my name, Neni Carolina Chacin, and you'll find me everywhere. That's the best way. I do respond to every message, so you can send me messages, comments, and I do follow up. If you just maybe wait 24 hours, I definitely, I will reach out to you. And you can always, get an appointment with me. I have free consultation. You can go to my website, automateyoursuccesscoaching.com, and there you can see a little bit of what I do, and you can schedule a free consultation as well.
Awesome. And anyway, for the viewers here that watch this interview, you have noticed and recognized that during the whole interview, you'll find there and here and everywhere information where you can reach out to Neni, also not only on her websites, but also on social media. And you will perhaps also have seen that there are some pictures of her, and so you won't miss her. That's very important, because it's always, I say, an interview is okay, but if you don't know who you're talking to, it's not so good. So maybe make sure, and we have made sure, that you don't miss out how to connect with her. But now I have this question, because we have had a very difficult time, as you recognize, perhaps with this pandemic. A lot of companies, a lot of people are struggling now, or some they are still sort of successful, but they can't reach the next levels. What is it that you have changed, that you can send out as an information, that you can follow up also for people to what should they do? What would be your advice to them?
Yes, it's a difficult time for a lot of people, and there are different circumstances for a lot of people. And I understand that it's not one formula for all. But if I had to give you three ideas, one is, this is a great time for you to really question what you really want to do in life and what is important for you right now. If your fear of dying, or your fear of losing what you have, is dominating, then I would encourage you to really take care of anything around you that's around your health and your friendships, right? To just make sure you have that connection. If you are struggling with your company and you want to change, really figure out what is needed right now and try to forget everything in the past. Like, disconnect with everything in the past and think of right now. Right now, what is needed? If people are needed something that you may be able to provide with your business and it requires a pivot, well, that may be a point where you're going to be more successful, because when you give the people what they need right now, then that's going to be more, it's going to give you more dividends than if you try to give them something that they're not really thinking about. Right now people are thinking about how are the ways to get food delivery, for example. So all these little pop-up companies about delivering food and things and goods are there, so they're providing a need. So if you want to pivot in that direction, look for what's needed from your industry to your immediate industry. What's needed right now because of the pandemic? What are the problems that you can solve because of the situation we're living? And if you don't have money, and you're struggling and you want to launch a business, and this is the first time you may be working and you realize you want to change your life, call me.
I wanted
For
to
sure.
say that's the time to get connected with Neni,
Yeah.
there is no way that you can go another way. I mean, you have to. There is that chance to get connected with her.
Yeah,
Hold
so maybe you call me, but definitely think about it and believe that there's a possibility of a completely 180-degree change for your life. I've changed my life many times. You know, I was an engineer working for a corporate world, and then I pivot to online coaching business. I was in the pandemic stuck in Boston, and I decided to move. To California and do deals here and do business investments here. So and continue the coaching. So and I pivoted to whatever was needed in the moment. So you can always change. Doesn't matter. And the money will come, you know, with the connections, like relationships are connections. That's going to be your point of wealth, and believe that it can happen.
There you have 3 ideas. Clearly, I recommend not only, but I really encourage you to pick up the phone, to go to your computer and get connected with Neni, because there is so much value. If you really want to pivot, if you really want to reach the next level, if you really want to get out of your trouble that you might be in, that's the number, that's the connection. As she said, relational capital is also an expression of some people already know. That's the way on how to go it. And this is, thank you very much for your information and your really valuable part of the business and life as well, which is really appreciated. I believe also that the listeners, they take out a lot of value for themselves just by listening to this interview. But one more time, go to this information, grab your spot to have a call with her. Just here right now below, you'll see the connection opportunity. Click there, write it in your computer, make sure that you get your connection and don't miss it out. The only thing that you can lose is nothing, because even the time you speak with Neni will bring you so much information and value that it's already worth to have had the connections with her.
Yeah.
Now, as we come to the end slowly, because we could talk hours and hours, but we don't want to do that right now. We come slowly to the end. Now, that's why if you have one more thing that you want to share, what is that?
Number one, I think is believe in yourself. Believe that it is possible, that the possibilities are there, that you have all the creative power and all the resources within you, not without you, within you to do whatever you need to do, to find the life that you want to live. I think to know that you are enough, and that with if you don't feel like you have a fulfillment life, you know, you can get a coach and help, you know, just extend the hand so that somebody can help you reach there. But you have all the power. Like if you just believe in yourself and have the confidence that you have everything, and right now things are just perfect, and you can reach the next level of fulfillment if you believe in yourself.
Wow, thank you very much. That was a real great ending. I appreciate that you have been here on my show, Neni. It was really an honor to me, and it is from the bottom of my heart. And I wish you and also to the listeners a wonderful time. Stay safe. Make sure that you manage your life. Make sure that you get what you need to get. And I see you next time. This was the Walter Schmidt Show. Together, connected with the super yachts market, that we will make sure that this market will get to know much more from Neni. Thank you very much, Neni.
Thank you. Thank you so much for listening. If you're watching this, thank you so much, Walter, for the amazing interview. And thank you for allowing me to share with your audience.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.